Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Are you able to hear me?
Hare Krishna, yes, Maharaj, your voice is clear. Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. So we're going to read now the verse directly and go read the purport. Ime janapada smidha supakshwadhi viroda vanadri nadi udanvanto hi idanti tava vikshitai. Ime janapada smidha supakshwadhi viruddha vanadri nadi udanvanto hi idanti tava vikshita. And this is the Srimad Bhagwatam 8th canto. Sorry, 1st canto, 8th chapter, text number 40. Translation, a word for word translation. Ime, all this, jana, pada, cities and towns, sridha, flourished, shupakva, mature, aushadhi, herbs, virudha, vegetables, vana, forest, advi, hills, nadi, rivers, udanvanta, seas, he certainly, idante, increasing, tava, vayu, vikshita, seen. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects because the herbs and grains are in abundance. The trees are full of fruits. The rivers are flowing. The hills are full of minerals and the oceans full of wealth. And this is all due to your glancing over them. Purport. Human prosperity flourishes by natural gifts, not by gigantic industrial enterprises. The gigantic industrial enterprises are products of a godless civilization, and they cause the destruction of noble aims of human life. The more we go on increasing such troublesome industries to squeeze out the vital energy of the human being, the more there will be unrest and dissatisfaction of the people in general. Although a few only can live lavishly by exploitation. The natural gifts, such as grains and vegetables, fruits, rivers, the hills of jewels and minerals, and the seas full of pearls, are supplied by the order of the Supreme. And as he desires, the material nature produces them in abundance or restricts them at times. The natural law is that the human being may take advantage of these godly gifts by nature and satisfactorily flourish on them without being captivated by the exploitative motive of lording it over material nature. The more we attempt to exploit material nature according to our whims of enjoyment, the more we shall become entrapped by the reaction of such exploitative attempts. If we have sufficient grains, fruits, vegetables, and herbs, then what is the necessity of running a slaughterhouse and killing poor animals? A man need not kill an animal if he has sufficient grains and vegetables to eat. The flow of river waters fertilizes the fields, and there is more than what we need. Minerals are produced in the hills and the jewels in the ocean. If the human civilization has sufficient grains, minerals, jewels, water, milk, etc., then why should it hanker after terrible industrial enterprises at the cost of the labor of some unfortunate men? But all these natural gifts are dependent on the mercy of the Lord. What we need, therefore, is to be obedient to the laws of the Lord and achieve the perfection of human life by devotional service. The indications by Kunti Devi are just to the point. She desires that God's mercy be bestowed upon them so that natural prosperity be maintained by His grace. Amagyanantimirandasya Dhananjana Shalakaya Chaksurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Damayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jitapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Sabhadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Shakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanespari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Queen Kunti continues these prayers towards Supreme Lord. The prayers of Queen Kunti is very famous. She's one of the most chaste women in the history, like Draupadi, Kunti, also that the wife of Gandhari, yes, the wife of Dhritarashtra. Also, they're all very chaste and very highly elevated personalities, even though they are in the female body, but nevertheless they're very Krishna conscious. So Queen Kunti is talking about here how the minerals, the natural resources, including the herbs and the grains, they are in abundance only due to the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Yes, everything is there, mercy of the Supreme Lord. We just have to know how to accept it. Mercy is for everybody, but not everyone is taking advantage of this. Only few really wants to become more fortunate. Of course, we want to be fortunate, but the society is somehow, because of the leaders, they're not doing their duties, the primary duties of the leaders, especially um, in the Vedic times, is to protect the citizens and to, as much as possible, give them all the opportunities to be Krishna conscious, to make progress in Krishna consciousness, spiritual life. Unlike nowadays, this is not happening. The main goal of the human society, which is headed by our leaders, is just to exploit the natural resources, uh, the proper usage of whatever Krishna is given to us is being what you call not just exploited. Yes, that's the right word. Exploited. And because of this, then the nature withdraw its all the natural resources, the minerals, the fruits, the trees that give so much nourishment, mm, trees of fruits. Rivers are contaminated. There's so much pollution all over the world, especially there's this climate change and everything. So yes, the nature, Mother Nature, even though it's so much in abundance with all of this natural resources, she's withdrawing it. It's like there was this story of, is that King Vina? King Vina, when he was ruling the planet, um, the planet, the Mother Earth, the Earth personified, withdrew all of these natural elements, and King Pritu himself has to make planet or personified Earth to revive all of those natural resources, because King Pritu is an ideal king. So we have many natural resources all over the world, but somehow or other, everyone is converging into the cities, huh? Because that's where the money is. But actually, one can live peacefully and harmoniously if one has like an acre of land and something to till, make some gardening, and if you have like a cow and a calf, you can have your milk and you can grow your own food, and then you don't need to really be part of the what you say, the rat race. So as he desires, as the Supreme Lord desires, um, all of this will be material nature will produce all of them in abundance, and but at the same time also uh, material nature can restrict them at times. It depends. So right now, it looks like we're not in a very good situation, because we're in Kali Yuga, especially Kali Yuga is considered as the age of iron, age of quarrel. Of all the ages, the four ages, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is considered as not the best, but at the same time, one can go against the current of Kali Yuga if one takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Mhm. Yes, if one takes shelter under the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord through his bona fide representative, then um, we'll be able to maintain ourselves if we just live a very simple lifestyle. It's like, as Prabhupada says, half of my mission is not complete because I was not able to introduce 100% this Varnashram Dharma, where people or devotees in all the sections of life, different divisions like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, and Sudras, um, the four Varnas and the four ashrams, the brahmacharis, grihastas, vanapasra, and sannyas will be able to maintain themselves to live very simple in an agrarian platform. That means depending on the land and cows. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, he wanted this to be implemented. So only in this way, if one lives simple but then think highly by cultivating Krishna consciousness, especially there is still so many barren land, which means fertile lands which we can cultivate, uh, and therefore we don't need these slaughterhouses. Ultimately, somehow or other, this is being entertained, and the government is responsible for this, killing animals for just for killing them, these poor animals, for their own taste buds, uh, to to satisfy their greediness. And um, human form of life is not meant for eating all of this um, flesh. Human form of life is meant for eating more of a herbivore, and we're meant to eat fresh fruits, vegetables, grains, milk and milk products, grains. Yes, all of this. So unfortunately, this is not being encouraged. Of course, vegetarianism again is being revived. It's like all over the world, many are turning into vegetarianism, or what do you call this? Vegan. Vegan. That means there is no milk products. If it's milk, then it has to be like for devotees. We eat what Krishna's favorite. Krishna wants. He grew up in a situation whereby they're all what Vaishyas in Vrindavan. Um, Nanda Maharaj, he has what 900,000 cows. So their main livelihood, or how they maintain themselves, is by milk and milk products from the cows, yogurt, cheese, mm, uh, ghee, and all those things. And you can prepare by mixing them with unlimited, with grains and fruits and other vegetables. So yes, a man need not to kill an animal if he has sufficient grains and vegetables to eat. As Prabhupada mentions also, when he was talking with a policeman, he's a lieutenant in Chicago. He was saying that if even one day all the slaughterhouses stop killing animals, even for one day, then the war will also stop. Right now, there is so many wars going on all over the world. It's unfortunate, and Prabhupada says the root cause of this is because they're killing animals. They're slaughterhouses, many slaughterhouses. Um, so yes, we are responsible for our existence in this world, and we should not exploit the natural resources in order to maintain our existence. The more we exploit the mother nature, then the more the repercussion will be there. The repercussion is gonna be heavy. There'll be drought, there'll be famine, there'll be more natural catastrophes. So if we take care of Mother Nature, then Mother Nature reciprocally will also take care of us. Um, Not even a blade of grass move without the will of the providence. Mercy is equal to everyone, but especially he gives a special mercy to his devotees, those who are dependent on him or dependent. There's a law for man, man's law, like civil law. So there's a law of nature, authority, the supreme Lord, the supreme master, supreme proprietor. So uh, uh, take shelter and follow the laws of the Sastra, and the injunctions of the Sastra, then we will uh, uh, authorities will not run after us. That means we'll even be provided more and more and more. Uh, so yeah, we have to somehow provide all the necessities. Just excuse me, battery is going down. Yes, back. Um, the necessities of life will be there as long as we are mindful of the duties in the human form of life. That we were reading the other day also in Srimad Bhagwatam that there is this discrepancies in the duties in the human form of life, because the society, instead of propagating um, more awareness of the nature of the Supreme Lord, they are the society, especially the government, they're promoting more to become materialistic. People are already suffering and miserable, and the government, they're not able to contain them to be satisfied. No one can be satisfied, not unless or until they start to understand that there is a purpose of human form of life, that there is some goal or achievement that we need to perform in order to perfect this human form of life. And the process is devotional service. So the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and the Shastras gives us the directions how to do this. The Shastra is there, sadhus or saintly personalities, and also the pure representative of the Supreme Lord, the spiritual master. You follow and abide by their instructions, then 100% one will become prosperous, one will be able to live harmoniously in this world, and it is like a lotus flower. It's like a lotus flower is on the water, but the water actually is touching the lotus flower. Water. So similarly, souls, there actually one comes into the human life. One should be careful not to get entangled, in the messed whole world, energy. Where processes did not create the world for the conditioned souls to suffer, but this is part of the material world. Dukkhalayam asasvatam. So yes, as long as we are uh, thinking, as long as we're not thinking that yes, what am I doing here? As soon as one thinks that yes, there must be a place where I can be more peaceful, no anxiety, more happy, besides this material world. So yes, as Srila Prabhupada says, in the material world, it is like this. It's full of sufferings and miseries. But for the devotees, the miseries and suffering, they're not so so heavy. Devotees, devotees may feel also some fear there, but ultimately, if one is fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord, then that fear will be taken away. Especially nowadays, what's going on to the whole world, we don't know. I mean, who knows? This pandemic crippled the whole planet Earth, the living entities, especially in the human platform, is not the same anymore. We're not. We're like in the like in 2019, 2020 finish the whole year. Now 2021. Let's be hopeful that somehow we'll be able to get through to this, and the pandemic will be um, diminished into in a way that will be able to come back to normal. But it may take so many years also to come back to normal. Economy, people are becoming more and more desperate, no jobs. It says that the economy will completely go down. Uh, um, so what's going to happen? The basic necessities that we need every day will be, will skyrocketed the price, but there is no money, so what to do? Um, so the materialists will get more affected. The devotees will also get affected, but because they're all surrendered as much as they can sincerely, um, dedicating their lives, continuing the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and following the principles, then hope against hope. We pray to Lord Krishna that they'll be protected. We have instances here also, it's like where I am right now. Some devotees also get affected by this, but then they easily get recovered and they have complete faith unto the Supreme Lord that the Lord will um, continuously also give shelter to them, to the devotees. They have this. So yes, we should be like Queen Kunti in a sense, follow in her footsteps. Um, she desires that her desire is that the Supreme Lord's mercy be bestowed upon them. That means the Pandavas, so that natural prosperity be maintained by His grace. So even in times of trouble, and even in times of joy and sorrow, or sad and happiness, we should always take shelter unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Hmm? We should do that. It's not just only when we are in good good situation, uh, or it's not just only when we are in a desperate situation, then we will call out for the Supreme Lord. The devotees, whether they are in a very difficult situation or in joyful situation, they never forget Krishna. For the materialists, they will forget Krishna as soon as they are a little bit prosperous. So we should continue and doing this, having that complete dependency on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. That is our only solace, especially in times like this. It's not so easy. This time is very, very trying time for many. So we should somehow or other see more in a positive way that in the future this will pass. And but if somehow worse comes to worse, that it become a little more difficult, but the devotees, they never become frustrated. Devotees, they never come uh, what do you call this, they don't lose faith on the process. The whole process is degree of faith only, how we can increase our faith to get closer to the Supreme Lord by practice of this devotional service. So we're very fortunate, somehow or other we're still able to, even virtually, um, for Samachandra Prabhu for engaging me somehow. Um, this process is meant for everyone. It is easily performed. This chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is free. We just have to take advantage more of this. So in this way, we'll be able to exist in this world with less fear, less anxiety, and ultimately, when we fully surrender unto the Supreme Lord, then complete protection will be there. We don't have to worry for anything. So, seemingly, Queen Kunti is in anxiety or in fear, but she knows that Lord His mercy is bestowed upon all of them, all of her family, and in this way, still they're praying. Is For the devotees, is it's healthy to pray, to ask help. It's not just the devotee doesn't ask for any help or any mercy from the Supreme Lord. Continuously, they're asking for the Lord's mercy, and continuously they're expecting the Lord's mercy upon them, and continuously they are doing their part in order to attain this. So this very very nice report by Srila Prabhupada, nice verse. Again, the verse: all these cities and villages are flourishing in all respects because the herbs and grains are in abundance. The trees are full of fruits, the rivers are flowing, the hills are full of minerals, and the oceans full of wealth. And this is all due to your glancing over them. So, yes, we should be praying also every day, be grateful to the Supreme Lord, whatever we are receiving, whatever comes into our way. We should consider all of these things as the mercy of the Lord. The devotees, they only exist because of the mercy of the Lord and His pure devotees. They don't expect um, anything else from the Lord except His mercy, kripa. But they work for that kripa, because kripa doesn't come if you just sit around. If you don't do anything, it doesn't come from the sky and then it just fall on your head. No, it's actually one has to earn this. One has to earn, uh, and this is through austerities. tapo, tapodidium, performing these austerities. And the greatest austerity in the age of Kali is chanting. We have to somehow, as Prabhupada says, at least come to the Namabas platform and then go to Sudanam. We should not remain in the Nama Aparad platform, um, which many or most of us are in this platform. And one of the most serious offense, one, yes, one has to avoid all the offenses, especially the Vaishnava Aparad, as we were reading yesterday, last Sunday, the story of Devananda Pandit, who is a very great reciter of Srimad Bhagwatam, but he's not accepting Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Um, and he doesn't have any faith and devotional service. But somehow or other, Bakreshwar Pandit, he was served by Devananda Pandit, and he got the favor of the mercy of the Supreme Lord through his devotees, because Bakreshwar Pandits become happy, then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also became happy, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy to Devananda Pandit to be a great orator of Srimad Bhagwatam. He understood the purport of the Srimad Bhagwatam to be bhakti, and the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu increased in this way. So yes, we should be always looking for mercy, but mercy doesn't come so easy. We have to work hard for this. It's like the materialists; they work hard to attain, the top ladder. Huh? But in spiritual life as well, we have to do it ourselves. Somehow or other, we have to keep pushing ourselves to mm, to be the priority. To be that priority. Sadhana, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, reading Srimad Bhagwatam, Bhagavad Gita, and as much as possible, we try to get the mercy also by joining this type of meetings all over the world. Now is gonna so many kirtans and lectures of our um, present spiritual masters. They give very, very encouraging, very, very inspiring Krishna conscious kata. And in this way, we'll also get the mercy. The more we hear and chant, the more we become purified, the more mercy will flow. I'm gonna stop here now. If there is any points or any other comments on this part, somehow or other, it's a last minute. I was not able to remember. Also, I know I was supposed to give class, but then it's good. Shama Chandra sent me a message. I thought I was like still ahead half an hour, but I'm in Vancouver, so you're doing Indian Standard Time, so that's different. Yes.
Yep. If you wish, you can the class.
Comment. Please, you
you
can send message. Is it possible to send message here? Or you
Yes,
can, how do you do this? Shama Chandra Prabhu?
Yes, we can ask question from the devotee. They can sometime write in the comment box, or they can unmute their mic and they can ask. And if you want to continue the class, Maharaj, there is no time restriction for you. We are very fortunate to have after a long time in class. Hare Krishna Maharaj, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. It's cutting off. Yes.
Maharaj, the question is that for our devotees who are living in city and they are working, most of the devotees, they are a gresta, they are living their family life. So
okay,
how this
most of the devotees. Hold on. I'm just trying to repeat the question. Most of the devotees.
Yeah, they are working and living there with their family. How they can implement today's shaloka in their life?
Well, the whole purpose for like an is to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, and to attain mercy. We have to do this. We have to this. It is like now. It's very fair. Now, more time. The social work. Yep, just difficult because also it will will find it patient for propagating because if you so many will be there.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. We cannot hear you properly. Some voice is breaking from your side, Maharaj.
Again,
During the lecture as well, yes, yeah. During the lecture as well, devotees were messaging me that the voice is not coming clearly, Maharaj. But this is fine. We hear the lecture. Yeah. We hear the lecture. It's very nice. But some voice was breaking.
go. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Maharaj. Still, it's breaking. Any devotee have any questions or something, comments?